All right, so all bits aside, and yes, there was a bit. Anthony Davis is a failure.
Dang. Dang.
They can't win this series without street clothes.
Yo, street clothes is crazy. I just called the man a failure, but street clothes is crazy.
He's always in street clothes.
Jokic trying to disrupt Rondo. He puts it in. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Yo, it's editing.
It comes from a place of hurt.
Davis a little shaken up after the
He
play.
just-
He got hit. Grabs that.
He's just a must.
Oh my god, bro.
Trip down memory
You're
lane,
weird.
Sage.
I'm not sure he's gonna
You're
be able to
weird.
continue.
Fuck you. You're weird. Oh my god, bro.
In the last 5.5 minutes.
I hate Swish Out now too. This is crazy.
You saw it in the first.
Me and Sage talked about this privately. I was like, yo, Sage, is it just me or like literally every Laker game there's like a scary AD injury? Is that just me? Because I don't watch all the Laker games, but
I tell people this all the time, bro. Like, you ever watch that show sometimes, but every time you turn it on, something always happens? Like, every time you, like, some kids, they ain't ever seen Ash Ketchum win a Pokemon battle. Every time he turned that shit on, that nigga lost. Pikachu got knocked the fuck out. Like, some people never seen Ash win. One of my boys just never seen Ash win. I've never seen Bianca Belair lose a match. Fair enough. Never seen her. She's her to me. This nigga Souls comes to me one day. Yo, Sage, I promise you, we're not even live. I'm not trying to be toxic. Every time I turn on the Lakers, Anthony Davis is hurt. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much every Laker game. Yeah. Either Braun gets mad, Russ does something to make everyone mad, or he got hurt. It's a lock. I hate this.
hey, we sat through that harsh truth about the Celtics video, bros. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go through the motions.
I can't do this though. Like the harsh truth, at least Boston just like they had potential. This dude, it's no shot. Like he just won't. He's just gonna get hurt. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right leg. That was a bad landing.
You didn't get claimed for this?
Russell Westbrook
Dang.
has been the scapegoat and the topic of discussion for the Lakers for the last year. The missed layups, the delusional responses, and most notably, the contract. Second on this list of Lakers being heavily discussed would obviously be LeBron. People have speculated about his departure with him being on that last year on that contract and per usual, not being in any rush to extend. But out of all these stars in this quote-unquote big three, the one most responsible for the current state of the Lakers, in my opinion, sometimes flies way under the radar. Anthony Davis.
Unfairly, but yeah.
Is one of the most disappointing players in the NBA. And I believe we can all agree. Skill set, there. Athleticism and freakish ability, most definitely there. Defensive unicorn, we can all agree is there when he's healthy. But that's always been the caveat with this man. When he's healthy, which he hasn't been quite enough. Right now, it's easy to blame the low-hanging fruit, Russell Westbrook. But the reason I feel like Anthony Davis is actually the one to blame for the Lakers' current disgusting situation is because of why Russell was even there in the first place. Russ was obviously always supposed to be this insurance policy for the Lakers, meaning when LeBron gets hurt at 37 years old, which he does, or he gets nicked, you can have somebody that can still bring that star presence and LeBron doesn't have to rush back. But that should have always been the responsibility of a 28-year-old Anthony Davis who should be in his prime. LeBron has been pretty prone to random injuries during his span with the Lakers, and
that's
to
true.
be expected towards the tail end of your career.
Davis. LeBron
like
is
a billion miles on your body.
Chad. I'm sorry.
But every time this man got injured in LA, he was literally in the process of doing something that he had no business doing at that age, carrying an incompetent roster past their talents. His first year in LA when he hurt his groin. What exactly?
No, I ain't even trying to be funny. Like, yo, that looks crazy.
That was a hard fall. That actually was a hard fall. This is interesting direction though. Damn, why are we taking basketball serious now, Souls? What the fuck? You lied to me. Oh, bullshit. That's interesting. I disagree with it only because one, the Lakers have the stupid crayon. We're the Lakers ideology, so they would have did some shit like this anyway. They would have got a star no matter what. But you can argue it's AD's fault because he really could have helped out LeBron and Russ actually somewhat possibly work if he had his shot and if he was healthy. Because if Anthony Davis is shooting even just 35%, oh shit, I knew my light was dying. Crazy. Welcome to the dark side. There we go. Oh my God. Now I look way better. Damn, chat. All right, it's like, no, but seriously though, I feel like if Anthony Davis was there, Russ and LeBron would never be a perfect fit, but it damn well would have helped if AD was shooting 35% from three, hitting his post fades, being a reliable lob threat for Russ. At the same time, we already seen him and Bron work. So he could have actually somewhat glued the shit together, but not only was he just finishing inside, couldn't shoot for shit, but then he's just not there. So it's just like, you really can kind of say AD is your fault, but I feel like that's weak sauce because obviously Russ underperformed severely.
I'm about to say the only problem I have with the intro of this video is Social started off by like, oh, everyone's pointing the finger at Russ when it really should be AD. I think the whole Lakers situation is a little, actually not a little, it's more complex than that. Like there's a lot of blame to be held around through AD, Russ, LeBron, THT, even if you want to go there, coaching, the GM, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't just put it all on AD or Russ. If you want to talk about who has the biggest blame out of that pie, sure, go ahead, but to put everything on one person is crazy.
Yeah, hell no. AD was gonna fix you choosing THT over Alex Caruso. Like,
yeah.
like that does, he has nothing to do about that. And yes, I'm still salty about it. Play the vid.
The situation that he was in. And yes, he chose this, but I'm just making my point. Playing in LA with a bunch of kids, averaging 27 points a night, 34 minutes a night at 34 years old, off the crazy, incredible run that he just had in Cleveland. The injury isn't really that surprising if you really look at it. His second season with the Lakers, with Anthony Davis joining, is where Anthony looked like he was doing what was to be expected. LeBron took more of a back seat with the age discrepancy between the two, screaming that he does. And Anthony Davis inserted himself as like a legitimate 1A to LeBron, leading the team in scoring for the first time in Bron's career. He wasn't the team leading scorer, defending his ass off, being only second to Giannis in the DPOY voting. Initially, he did exactly what was expected. Bro. Anthony Davis's first year in LA, LeBron had 46 games where he scored under 30 points, meaning he only scored 30 points or more 21 times out of the 67 games. That's a good thing. Also that season, LeBron only had one 40-point game, and that was against Zion when he was clearly trying to make a point. 39 10-assist games, a career-high 10 assists per game, and a career-low 34 minutes a game at the time. Fast forward 2 years later, where I'm sure we all enjoyed it, and he's much closer to catching Kareem because of it, but he just had 35 30-point games, near a career-low 6 assists per game, and 37 minutes a night at 37 years old. That's because of Anthony Davis. Even though LeBron is going to be the all-time leading scorer, LeBron doesn't win championships laboring through the regular season, scoring a bunch of points. Like, he's literally never ever won like that, ever. In 2012, when he won his first championship, even in his athletic peak, LeBron only had 2 40-point games. His second championship, he only had 1 40-point game.
I didn't know that, but
in 2016, in the regular season, believe it or not, he didn't have a 40-point game. And again, in 2020, like I said, he only had 1 40-point game against Zion. That's never been his recipe to actually winning championships. So when you watch LeBron score 56 points this year, 50 points, all these crazy scoring outages, obviously you enjoy it in a moment, but underneath the surface, it's kind of sad when you realize the reason he's doing it is because the guy that's a decade younger than him is never available. Even though this man said some crazy ass things. I want you guys to hear Gilbert Arenas talk about how LeBron is most special, decoying himself, getting others involved first, and pretty much eating and getting the scraps off of that second.
What he did, it kind of changed the series. He was playing decoy, and we thinking our game plan is shutting them down. And then he looks over at the bench and then gives them the nod. And the nod ended up subbing Ilgauskas out. We subbed out Brendan Haywood. And when Brendan Haywood subbed out, LeBron James attacked that basket. Knowing that he needed these players throughout this game, he let them
big brain
eat.
What kind of Attack on Titan game?
I'm about to say, what in the Hunter x Hunter?
To me, last year at that age, LeBron really couldn't follow that formula because of the lack of talent they had on their team because of that Russell Westbrook trade.
You lost before it even began. Type shit.
Just got flashbacks to Karuko, her video with Tevin.
Yo, shout out my gang eats Tevin, bro.
Where did he come from? Come on.
I don't give a fuck. See if you know anime. Roll the clip when bro rage quit the ball in the basket.
That's another Drake.
What the fuck?
Because watch what he does.
Did he just Tom Brady that shit?
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Bro, literally, I don't want to play anymore. Bucket. Huh?
and this man got injured again this year. Anthony Davis, for me, hasn't proven that he can endure the grind of a regular season, a real regular season plus a playoffs, and actually come out healthy and on top. Under certain extremely special circumstances he has, but under normal conditions, I think even Lakers fans know secretly he really hasn't. Even his championship year, which obviously
he got lucky. He got hurt during that
play in
run.
the pandemic season or whatever, but he played great and they won, so I'm gonna give him his flowers for that. But let's actually take a deep dive into how this man miraculously survived. His first year with the Lakers, Anthony Davis was coming off a season with New Orleans where he barely played. Clearly wanting to get traded to the Lakers, wearing symbolic t-shirts, sitting games, not even dressing for games. He essentially took the second half of the NBA season off, and he had an extremely early offseason. In the Pelicans' last 35 games that year, AD played a lackadaisical ass 15 games, 22 minutes a night, a subpar 16 points a game.
A lackadaisical.
He put his way out to get where he wanted to be. I'm not even mad at him for that. That's just the trend of the NBA, and I'm gonna let the CBA handle that. My point is, that year AD essentially had a 7-month off season. Bro, that's not normal when you're LeBron's teammate. With LeBron, you have to expect long, extended postseason runs, which can mean an extra 16 to 20 games, and inevitably a shorter off season, which means a quick turnaround. I don't think Anthony Davis's body has ever been prepared for that.
That's a good point. I forgot about the year before he came to LA. He did get a lot of rest. He wasn't injured. And then he comes to LA, you know, LeBron's taking some load off of AD. COVID happens and there's just a miraculous 2 to 3 month break in the middle of the season. Hey, yeah, he has a point. He has a point. And outside from that season, he hasn't really had a healthy season.
What's going on, officer? What the hell? What's happening, bro? Like, why y'all so loud? Why yo? Look at him! Look at him! Put him on camera! Look at him!
Come on, bro. Let's talk about that bubble ring, bro. Come on! Come on, that shit don't count. Come on, Sage. That shit don't count. Come on, bro.
That is everybody 100% at healthy. That's why they say he better than Jokic. That's why I say he better than Embiid. That's why I say they better than Tim Duncan, Hakeem, Shaq, all of them. Because we saw when he's healthy, bro.
Okay, Bill Walton. Okay. All right, Bill Walton. God.
Chat, for the love of God, I'm trolling. Jesus. Hey, cut that up to short if you make one. Good. I want to get him mad.
That championship run in 2020, let's be honest, bro. They had nearly a 4-month pause, which is extremely abnormal. And this man still came back and almost got hurt and cost them a finals in the finals. He did win that NBA championship again, and he did play great. But it's like after he came back, and I do understand it was an extremely short turnaround, but he came back and he just wasn't the same, like, at all. AD went from averaging an aggressive 27 points and 9 boards in the playoffs to having almost like a passive 22-8 in the first 23 games. As I said in the beginning of the video, that first year, AD took on more of the scoring load from LeBron. He rebounded obviously better than LeBron. He defended just as well as anybody in the league. But in that second year, LeBron was scoring more than Anthony Davis. Obviously, he facilitated better than Anthony Davis. He was rebounding damn near just as well. And AD defensively, he wasn't the same monster that we knew him to be. AD came back and had the lowest points per game since his second year, the lowest rebounds per game of his career. He's always been known as a defensive unicorn. He got drafted off of that with a 7'5" wingspan. At Kentucky, he had more blocks than most Division I programs.
That is nuts.
And he came back and had his lowest blocks of his career. It was like the motor he once had, it was just gone, and he played and relied strictly off his talent. Even his efficiency, it completely plummeted all across the board, but definitely those free throws. Why I call Anthony Davis the most frustrating player in the NBA is because you know the glaring talent is clearly there. When he wants it, it's there. Remember that game against Phoenix when the Lakers were fighting for their play-in lives, and this man just ate DeAndre Ayton to pieces. 42 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. With all that talent that he has, that was Anthony Davis' 140-point game in the last 2 seasons. In AD's prime, and I can't even believe I'm saying that's his prime because to me, this should be his prime. But from 2014 to 2018, AD was 4th with the most 40-point games in that 4-year span behind the 3 highest scorers of that span.
What camera I'm looking at? This one? If I'm talking to AD right now, bro, get lost. Go to Hawaii somewhere. Straight up and down. When you come into camp better in shape than anybody and everybody. That's what you should be focused on.
I ain't gonna lie, 100%
You should
agree.
go for the MVP for the 2022-23 season.
This last season was
There's no reason why
a
he shouldn't, to
complete
be honest.
disaster for the Lakers. And to be honest, only
100%
one man
agree,
took the
KG.
blame.
Bro-
But the
bro
real
can't
problem
be
in
in shape.
LA
That's gotta be
before
what it
Russ
is.
even got there and why Russ even got there was always Anthony Davis. I love Reddit, and according to their studies, they actually have Anthony Davis's career spot on. The average NBA star's peak
According
is
to
around
Reddit
27 years
studies.
old, and they
According
typically have the
to
most
Reddit.
productive year 5 years into the league.
Swishy?
Anthony Davis won his first championship and might have peaked at
Reddit.edu.
27 years old,
Crazy.
and he had his most productive year statistically 5 years into the league. They kind of describe AD to the T.
It's in
Between
Reddit
Anthony
University.
Davis not being in the best shape
Reddit
at
University
times, always
Swiss.
having these freakish, untimely injuries, and just seeming like he doesn't know how to land. He's been a big reason
do
as
not
to
know
why
how
the
to
Lakers
land.
had
That's
two
fact.
disastrous
You do not know how to
seasons
land.
these last 2 years, and I don't think people talk about that enough.
I haven't shot a basketball since April, maybe April 5th.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
Look, y'all gonna be shocked or what? Because I hate every player. They're human, it's fine. He got out, probably was depressed or just disappointed, took a break from basketball. I'm not freaking out about it. The problem is, I understand you can't control what other grown men do, but it's like, you let it go public, you knew it was gonna happen. Truth be told, it did give the demeanor that you was just like, I'm chilling. And it's just like, you shouldn't be though. You really shouldn't be though. Like, it's at a point in time, as Swish hinted, I don't know if he directly said, my memory's dog shit, but AD really should be not only the best player on the Lakers right now, because LeBron should be regressing, he should be getting better. There's no reason, and they're insane talents. They might have just been better than what AD could be anyway. There's no reason why Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, at this point, respectfully, even when healthy, no, they got it. All three of them, they got it. There's no reason that's going on right now, bro. There's none. There's just absolutely none. So he's definitely not in shape all the time. KG already spoke on it. And then now when it's just like, you're not shooting since April and you just had the worst shooting season in your career, bro? Come on, man.
Hey, listen, maybe the athletes will correct me in the comment section about rust or whatever it is.
The athletes with like a purple K on them. Purple K from Toronto is a D1er.
Yeah, the level 60 athletes might correct me with this one, but I just feel like the criticism was too much because the criticism is his health. So if he's taking more time off than what he should be, isn't that like, if his focus is recovering and becoming healthier, how is that now a bad thing? That's my only thing. I don't know.
It's conditioning tactics from the somewhat knowledge I know, because I know some motherfuckers that trying to go. Yeah, I'm gonna defer that much to you motherfuckers. It's certain conditionings that you can do that you could argue is better than just completely like going cold and not touching the ball.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, bro? I don't have common health human instinct sense. I don't understand the ideology of possibly repeating something and getting better at it. Just foreign to me, so no idea. Like,
maybe Brody season will explain in the comment section. The truth.
maybe fucking Siakam 4L. Okay, well,
Yo, why'd you say Pascal Siakam, bro? Come on, bro. Already tried to dox me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Siakam at 40, he don't know what he talking about. God, I hate these dudes, bro.
Siakam's the second best player I've ever seen. Sorry, Souls, I can't do Luka. No, Luka's the best player I've ever seen. But Siakam's too.
AD, to me, and I'm sure to Lakers fans as well, he still has something left to prove. I don't care what he says. And I'll wrap it up with this. Yes, Russ is the biggest scapegoat and the media attention as to why everything went wrong with the Lakers and all that. But one, let's not forget why he's even there in the first place, AD. And two, at AD's age last year, Russell Westbrook had one of the greatest MVP seasons of all time with way more miles on his body. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't agree with the Russ take, though, because even that, he had more miles, but, like, Russ was also, like, 5 years younger. I mean, maybe I'm missing his point. Switch is my dog, so I'm not, Switch out here. But, like Russ was, like, 5 years younger at that point in time. And at that point in time, Russ was literally known as the #1 hyperactive, knuckleheaded ninja of the league that just doesn't get tired. No matter what everybody says. Like, Russ was an absurd guy in terms of stamina and durability and shit like that at that point. So holding AD to that is just criminal.
If you guys like that video, go ahead and watch this one right here, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.